Morning, guys. So this is kind of part 2 of Don't Ask Me That. I got asked something the other day that I was not prepared to answer, and I'm not sure if I handled it the right way, so I kind of thought I'd put it on video, and maybe when I do figure it out I could look back on this fondly. So what happened was I had plans with people that I hadn't seen in about a month and a half. I haven't told them I've started hormones, so unless they found out some other way they didn't know. And they've asked me really inappropriate things in the past, so I kind of tried to think up all the possible scenarios in my head and come up with answers to the questions I thought they might ask, so that I could be prepared and not flustered if that were to happen. So they didn't ask me anything about myself, but one of them asked something that, like I said before, I just was unprepared for. So for the purposes of my story and anonymity, let's call the person who was asking the question Mary, and the person they were asking the question about will be Bob. So Mary saw a picture of myself, Bob, and a few other people, and was asking me really awkwardly and really rudely, essentially, Bob's gender. So just for the record, Bob identifies as male. And so Mary was asking, like, the one in the picture, the one in the blue shirt, so that question is wrong on several levels, the least of which is that you just called someone an it. That's not cool. I don't care how confused you are, you don't refer to people as it. What I answered was that, yeah, it's a guy. Everyone in that picture is a guy. I felt like that was the best answer I could have given, seeing as how Bob does identify as male. But I'm not really sure if I said the right thing, and the question's so annoying. Like, why should... It's not my place to tell you intimate details about someone else's identity. And it shouldn't be a question that anybody is asked. If you're not going to ask me my identity, why should you ask me about someone else's? It's really intrusive, and it's really just not okay. And the thing that confuses me about this question so much and how to answer it is there's really no way to win. A few months ago, my mom actually asked me a similar question, but it was a lot more blunt. She flat out asked me if someone I knew was trans or not. And I told her that you can't ask that question. I said, you can't ask that question to a trans person. You can't ask that question about somebody else. Just no. Some people who are transgender or transsexual don't necessarily identify that way and prefer to remain stealth, and it's not an appropriate question to ask. So, I mean, that answer has its good parts and its bad parts, because on the one hand, I'm teaching my mom courtesy, and she learned that you don't ask that to people, which is a good thing. I mean, as horrible as the question is, she genuinely didn't realize it was rude, and now she does. So that's good. But on the other hand, answering a question like that makes it very obvious that the person in question doesn't necessarily identify on the gender binary, and that's kind of indirectly outing them. So, I don't know, I mean, like, how do you answer that question? Should I go back to, did I call her Mary, and tell her now, you should not have asked that question, that's really uncool? Or should I just let it be and not risk outing Bob accidentally? Like, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me that people think it's okay to ask these things. Like, what the Ugh. Opinions, maybe? Yeah, I don't know if I did the right thing or not. I mean, Bob does identify as male, and that's what I said he was, so I guess that, like, I wasn't lying, and I wasn't jeopardizing his identity, hopefully. I don't know. Who thought a question could make me think so much? Well, an answer, rather, make me think so much. I wonder what these two people say once they find out that I've been on hormones for a month and a half. I was really hoping they would tell me my voice dropped, but no. Anyways, I should probably be going to work on the fancy new bike that my friend just put together for me. Yeah. I did my, I want to say sixth shot last week. And still not much with the changes. I'm pretty sure my voice is lower in the mornings, but like first thing when I wake up, haven't spoken at all yet type of time. And other than that, not much. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you probably after my shot next week.